And welcome back to the Silver and Black Radio Podcast. I am here with my misfit crew that doesn't miss a workout and doesn't miss a pod. Yo, I got my boy representing TBH Military Chapter, the Capitan of the Camouflage Brigade out there, my boy James from the military chapter, baby. Say what's up.
What's up, everyone? You can find us on Instagram at tbh underscore military underscore chapter.
Baby, yo, I got my girl representing DFW for life in the gym, still able to link in our girl, Lady Val. What up, sis? Yo, now I got my boy representing the Big D down there with TBH Dallas. That boy all in. Let him know, baby.
What's happening? What's happening?
Yo, now my co-captain of this ship and the VP of TBH West Coast, Matty B. Let him know, baby.
What's up, fam? How's everybody doing?
Yo, and I'm your captain of the ship. It's your boy Raider Will, president of TBH Westco. And today we are gonna talk big-time news, baby. The Raiders re-sign Max Crosby. Let's go, baby. 106 mil, 91 guaranteed. Yo, I'm gonna start with our fresh cat. James, let me get your thoughts on the signing on Max Crosby.
I think the signing of Max Crosby was excellent. I think the timing was pretty good. It's good. It was good that they made him a priority and got him out before everyone to let him know that it sets the precedent not just for him but for everyone else in that locker room that he is the guy, he is the number one guy, and he is going to be the face of the organization going forward. When you deep dive into the contract, it's about 91 and 92 mil guaranteed, which is exactly what he was looking for. He was looking for a lot of guaranteed money. But what I really liked about this contract, even though it was 106 million, it makes him the highest paid non-quarterback in the league. What I really liked about this deal was that this locks Max Crosby in for the next 5 years, all the way through 2030. And what makes that so great is that although it looks like he's getting so much money, when you put it the other 2 years he already had together with this only brings him out to being paid about 30 mil per year. And I really think that's a great number to secure him for pretty much the rest of his prime.
All right, brother, all right. Yo, my boy with the big D down there in Dallas. Let us know what you think, all in.
We knew it was going to happen, right? Whether it was this off season, next off season, it was perfect timing. Had to happen. He wasn't going nowhere. Everyone's like, welcome back." I'm like, "He ain't never left, but let's go."
That's right, he said. Yo, sis, let him know. What's your thoughts?
Super pumped, super excited. I knew he wasn't going anywhere too. I was just waiting for the right numbers to pop up and say you know, we got him. I'm super happy because I would have been like heartbroken if he wasn't a Raider. Like
You ain't lying.
heartbroken. I would have been over here sobbing, listening to sad Spanish songs, drinking beer, like
Not getting
You
the
don't even
workout in.
you know
Not getting the protein shakes in. Starting to
no.
get better just like Max every morning. She's in the gym, 6 a.m. She's like, Max, I got you, baby. She's like, I'm
I
matching the
got you.
intensity. Yo, Matty B, let us know your thoughts, my brother.
I think it's badass, man. Like, how long has it been since we've actually got to sign like actually a person in house and keep them? Like, it's been a long time to say something like that for a Raider fan, man. So, especially, hey, check this out though. How many first round draft picks do we have on our team out of the John Gruden era. And Max Crosby's the best player out of the whole fucking bunch.
You ain't lying.
He deserves it, man. Give him his chips, bro. Give him his chips.
Bro,
Yeah,
I'm
I
about
think
to tell you
Colton
guys.
Miller might be the only guy left
Yeah.
outside of Max.
I think
Who's that?
I think you might be right. Colton
Colton
Miller.
Miller, I think, might be the only. Well, he's the only first round pick left, but he might be the only other pick besides Max
Yeah.
that's left.
Carlson, maybe?
First rounder?
Oh,
Carlson,
no,
we didn't draft Carlson.
No.
Yeah.
Carlson,
talking
we
first
got
rounder.
Carlson off the Minnesota practice squad. Or they
Yeah,
cut
he started with
Carlson.
Green Bay, or no?
No, he started in Minnesota.
Oh yeah, you're right.
His brother was in Green Bay.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we got him out of Minnesota because he missed a kick in the playoffs.
And they cut him.
Motherfuckers, I'm gonna tell you guys something right now. The Raiders are finally in championship mode. Bro, this was a great move. Micah Parsons, all these other pass rushers right now are in line to get a contract. What do the Raiders do? What the Philadelphia Eagles have done to build their championship team. They said, I'm just going to pay this guy right now, right up front. Whatever the top of the market is right now, that's what I'm going to pay. And guess what? In 2 and 3 years, you already know that's not top of the market because you know Micah Parsons, you know all these other guys right now are looking at that contract, and you know they're saying they're going to get paid more than that.
Oh yeah, Parsons about to get it here pretty soon.
That's straight facts. So guys, when we do something like that, that is something that's championship mentality, and that's why I love this move. Now, another signing that came in, Alex Kappa, guard, Browns. I'm going to start with our boy James. Hey, I already know. Hit us with the baby.
Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, I can't say I like that signing. I don't like it. I mean, he had a rough season last year. His stats really suffer. He suffers in the rankings on PFF. To me, if I were to grade that pickup, I'd give it a D. I mean, it's great for depth, and that's pretty much it. But if we have to roll him out, which I'm thinking could be possible if we have to pay around the number that I'm thinking we might be paying him, which is close to about $5 million. If we end up having to roll him out as starter, yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit disappointed in who's starting at that position, given the fact that if we're still gonna have Andre James play center and whatever they're gonna do with JPJ, because Andre James is also someone who's kind of been struggling at center his last starts as well. So yeah, I mean, I'm okay with it if it becomes a depth thing. I'm really hoping they add someone else to be the actual starter there, but I mean, only time will tell, right?
No, absolutely. Absolutely. Yo, all in. Let us know, baby.
I like it. It's veteran depth at a struggling position group. That kind of money, he's probably going to start. He'll probably start at right guard. JPJ will probably still start at left. James at center. Although I'd like to see Parham move to center. I think Parham played better at center than James did season ago or whatever it was. So it's interesting. We'll see. I don't think they're done adding depth there, obviously, because that was our position group of need last year. One of them. I like it though. In John Spytek, we trust. Let's go.
Oh man, here we go. In John Spytek, we trust, sounding presidential. Give him a little agua, give him some little, look, oh yeah, sippy sip, get him going. Yo, sis, let us know.
So I really don't know much about this guy. I'm gonna have to go and kind of do my research because I haven't done it yet. But I'll trust the process, and I'm trusting what they're doing because I know we got some guys with some great heads on their with some great heads and on their shoulders, and I mean I'm putting my faith in there, you know. But this time, I really do believe that they're making some moves. So
Hey, we just didn't get that one splash in the off season and then like nothing. We're getting little trinkles, little splashes here. We're getting a little something, something. Matty
They're just
D.
getting started.
Oh, you ain't lying. You ain't lying, baby. Matty B.
Yeah, I don't not. I don't hate it. I think it's a good move. Especially like guys were saying about depth. Like I think he's gonna be, you know, he's gonna be solid for depth. I think right now we're building the line out of the draft, and I think we're gonna end up getting another guard out of the draft, and we're gonna plug him in, and we're gonna get that better in there to kind of help out, and that's what we're struggling with. So JPJ's already proved he can pretty much play inside anywhere on the line. So
Well,
I mean,
all
we're
right,
we're
guys.
building depth. So
Absolutely. And that's what I think you guys are all correct in that aspect. We re-signed Jordan Meredith, right? He was the highest rated like lineman that we had. Now we add Alex Kappa at guard. Everybody keeps thinking like, oh, he's not a starter. Did not anybody not look at the list of how many free agents the Raiders have? We got yeah. How many do we got, James? How big was that list?
Oh yeah, it was pretty long. But I think when it comes to Kappa, I think my argument is the Kappa hire, the signing of Kappa to me resembles the signing of Cody Whitehair.
Ooh.
yeah, I forgot about that guy.
Ooh. Right.
The signing that you did that just you didn't need to do it, but you did it anyway. That's kind of how I feel about it. I mean, I agree we needed a guard. I just don't like that name there, man. And then I don't like that name if he plays on the left side, right? We don't know because we don't know exactly if he's going to play left or right. But if he plays left,
JPJ is going to play on the left.
okay. Well, he plays right. That intimidates me a little bit as well because now I feel like we're going to have a hole on the right side, potentially a hole on the left tackle position because I think Colton Miller. We have an aging Colton Miller, and I think he's due for replacement here very shortly.
Uh-huh.
And based off his recent injuries, I kind of see that possibly being a problem too.
You know what? Somebody else that has brought that up is All In. All In. Hey, I want you to follow up on this because I know that you brought it up before with Colton Miller and like his aging process. And
Yeah,
like,
he looked terrible last year, right? I mean, we don't sugarcoat it, but let's remember he didn't have an off season last year or a preseason, whatever you want to call it. It took him a while to get his legs back under him, and by the end of the season, he looked like Colton Miller. I think Colton Miller will have a big year this year. I think he'll be just fine. Him and JPJ, that left side of that line is going to be good. Man, I think we're forgetting about Parham. I mean, in Glaze, they may still roll out that same starting O line. The only one I think they may swap out for sure is James. When does his contract expire?
I think
I think they
this
just
might be
got him
his
for
last
3 years. They
It's
got him
3
for
more?
3 years, right? Or no, it was
Jesus.
3 years. So,
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
they
like,
signed him.
Yeah.
They gave him that 3-year deal, so this might be the last year of his deal because they gave him that 3-year deal when they traded Hudson away, and Carr was still there. So this is year 3.
Yeah,
yeah, I
Yeah,
think so. You might be
yeah, he
right.
played
because he took over when Incognito was out.
Oh man,
Incognito wasn't playing center.
no,
Hudson was.
Yeah, Hudson was center.
yeah,
Incognito was playing left guard.
guard.
Yeah.
Incognito's always been a guard. But hey, so guys, let me ask you this, okay? We're talking now that we're seeing these signings. We know that Alex Kappa is probably a move for depth. We know that it's going to be something to that effect. We know that we have the 6th pick. We know that we have a lot of stuff that we can address, right? So we're going to move forward from Alex Kappa. The last signing I want to talk about, guys, is Isaiah Palomao. James, go ahead and start it off, brother.
Yeah, I got no problem with that signing. I think that signing was great. I got no issues. I got nothing, no negative comments on that signing. Everything about it is positive in my opinion.
Then give me some another 50,000, bro. Let me
Uh,
know. Let me
I th-
feel
I
the
th- I
juice.
think I think looking into it, I think you have a great young player at that position, and I think the ceiling for him is very high. He's shown a lot of willingness to learn from his teammates and really work at his craft and continue to get better. Something I noticed towards the end of last year was, as the Raiders started to win some of those games that were, that felt like they were meaningless wins, it seemed like he was starting to step more into his own and kind of create his own personality back there, if you will. And it seemed like, he was starting to kind of gain some respect. His coverage is pretty good for the most part. But one thing I really like is I really like his tackling. I think he's a great tackler, and I think he plays with a lot of intensity when he does tackle. It's not a I'm just gonna throw you out of bounds. It's a no, I'm gonna wrap you up and take you down kind of tackle. And I really appreciate that kind of effort.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, our sis, Val, let us know what you think about the Palomao signing.
I think it's a great idea. I started watching videos today. I think it's a great idea.
All right. So she loves the
I'm
Palomao.
sorry.
No, no,
Listen,
no, I got you, sis. We got you. Great idea. Maddie B.
I mean,
Oh,
I watched some videos, like trying to catch up.
I
I mean,
got you,
I'm
sis.
playing catch up, but I mean, I that one I actually do agree with.
I got you, sis. $4.5 million, $9 million for 2 years. Maddie B.
Man, he's a good signing, man. They dropped him from the top down into the box, man, and deep this year, and he really thrived in that area, man. So I think that was something that we definitely needed over, someone that can cover over the middles and, come back in for, man, I'm drop back into coverage. I mean, this guy, he's good, man. I think he's one of those up and coming safeties that are going to be a hot commodity here in a couple of years if you think about it. So
Hey, no, absolutely. Guys, another great signing by this duo that we have up top. Straight up. Look, young, talented, position of need, covered, covered, covered. A guy that can do multiple things on the field. Covered. You want a guy to play outside linebacker? Palomao can do it. You want a guy that can cover? Palomao struggles in coverage, but can get better and is athletic, fast, big enough to do it all. I mean, like he's learning. It's just like you said, James, he got better as time progressed. And All In has always said something. You got to get better. If you're in there, you got to get better. Just like he was wanting with AP, he said there was no improvement. But with this guy, you saw improvement from the first game to the last game. So again, in my book, great motherfuckers.
I think he has a
Now,
breakout year this year.
no, absolutely. I think he might be a guy that, people are going to sleep on, and he's going to come in and say, hey, man, y'all slept on me. Watch me do what I do. Make it big.
Yeah, I think he starts and has a breakout year.
telling you, he's going to be one of those hot commodities in the next couple of years, man.
Absolutely. Yo, our brother James was talking last week, guys. He came on the pod. He goes, yo, Michael Mayers will be on the trading block. We are going to get rid of this guy. And it is hot tamale news all over the place. He's being shopped around. I want to know what you guys would take for Michael Mayer now that it's looking like Chip Kelly wants to go into a different personnel packages and different things. I'm going to start with my boy All In.
Yeah, man, I think we all knew it was coming, right? It's just a matter of time before they dropped the bomb. Right before free agency, I think probably could be expected or should have been expected. As far as what we'll get for him, I don't know, man. I think we'd be lucky if we got a third for him.
So what would you take for him? What would you say, hey, this is a good trade?
I mean, give me a third or fourth, I'd be happy. Anything less than that, I think we're getting fucked.
All right. Yo, Matty B, hit me up with your thoughts, my brother.
Man, I think I'm like kind of with Allen on that, man. Like I think probably around like a third round pick for him, man, is what I'd give up for him, or I'd take for him. If not, maybe like a player, something like that. Not a big name player, obviously, but maybe a receiver or something like that. I seen a report out there like a straight across for the Colts. There's a receiver out there for the Colts that was drafted like 13 picks after he was, and I mean he was injured or whatever, but they said he had a lot of potential. So I don't know, maybe look at something like that, like a replacement for backup receiver or depth or something like that.
Okay. Lady Val says Michael Mayer's being shopped. What would you take in return for Michael Mayers? Besides an extra pull down.
I have to agree with Alan.
Third or fourth? At minimum.
Third.
Oh, a third. You're saying, hey, we got to be on a third. Okay. I can't disagree. Hey, and I'm with you guys. I am with Allen and I am with Sis. Yo, we have to get quality. We cannot let this guy go for a fourth round pick. We can't let this guy go for a fifth round pick. We can't just trade down like that. We got to get a quality. If we go to a third or fourth, I better be getting a player. I better be getting somebody. And I'm going to tell you a name. This guy has been asking for a trade. It just came out of Seattle, and I do not mind trying to pick this man up, and his name is DK Metcalf. I know Seattle loves their tight ends. Give him a quality tight end. I might even say, hey, I might even give you a pick.
Oh, you're not getting that deal done straight up. There ain't no way.
No.
You're gonna have to give up Mayer and a third for that deal.
And in my opinion, that Devontae third round pick, see ya. I bring in DK Metcalf. I got a legit 6 foot or 6'5" monster for just out there gorillaing people, taking people down. You got Bowers in the slot. You got Jacoby Meyers playing too. I mean, like, come on, baby.
You ready for my take?
Go ahead, James.
I got you. So I think minimum. I don't think the Raiders should take anything less than a third round pick. If they can't get a third round pick, and I mean, I think teams would be willing to pay for that third round pick would probably be, especially the Panthers. I think the Panthers are severely lacking on weapons. But if we can't get a third round pick via trade, I think the other option we take is we hold on to them, we go into the draft, and we use them to move back into the third round or swap third round picks to move up to a better pick within the third round.
Hey, in NFL news, Joey Bosa just got released by the Chargers officially.
Oh shit!
We knew that was coming. coming, baby.
It's official now. It just came across.
No, well, hey, and guys, another one that came down the pipe this morning also was the Raiders are letting Uncle Rico know ain't no more suave time over here, baby. They are saying, hey, it's time to pack up the mustache and go. Damn, give me all your thoughts at once on this subject.
Yeah.
Here, open floor right now. Let me know on Minshew what your thoughts are, baby.
At $12
Goodbye.
million, he had to go, right? You can't keep that guy at that contract. Although I don't like we talked about before, I don't 100% blame him for what took place on the offense last year. I still think Gessie was a huge part of the fucking
Bum hire.
fuckery. Yeah,
Bum hire.
that was just that was a failure from the gate offensively last season.
Absolutely. Matty B.
Oh, fucking booger eater. Oh man, I don't know. Fuck that dude. That guy fucking. I had that dude so high on my list last year as a fucking free agent, and he fucking pissed me off. So fucking glad he's gone.
Oh, shoot. Sis.
Fucking hippie.
Are you done, Matt? Are you done, Matt?
Good.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Are you
Yeah.
sure?
Yeah.
Get it out. Get it out. Goodbye. Deuces. Adios. Hope we don't ever see you again. I honestly don't see what the point it was in signing him because he didn't do anything in my eyes.
Good
I
riddance.
mean,
I hope the next team that signs him is the same team that signs Devontae Adams.
Good riddance.
Hey, and just throw fucking Madison in that deal too. Deuces.
Oh, here we go. Oh,
Gar-
shots fired. Shots fired. Look at that. Look at the look on that face right now.
Gardner Minshew threw more interceptions than he did touchdowns.
Facts. Facts.
Yep.
Alan, my brother, I love you, but that's my homie right there.
And
I hope
Madison's got to go.
Yeah,
No,
Val.
no,
Just because you're
no,
friends with his dad
no,
doesn't mean we gotta keep him
Madison's horrible.
no. He didn't even get the ball enough.
because he's
Madison
trash.
Madison is
He's
worse
not
than a
trash.
nosebleed in Colorado.
Val, what was his ranking before we signed him? Yep,
Last.
second to last running
You
back
know what?
in the
I
league.
feel like he
You feel
greatly
timeout.
improved.
Take your emotions out of it because you're friends with his dad, and you hang out and watch games with his dad. Football,
I actually,
100% football wise, the dude's got to go.
actually, I saw improvement, and I don't even like him because of his dad. I like him because one, I think he is a good player. Two, he's got a really good charity that he has.
Cool. I'm down for charity.
I'm just saying.
I'm not down for giving charity on the football field, though.
You know what, Alan? I'm not going to talk about this with you on here because.
There we go. All right.
You ain't gonna do shit.
Yes, fight.
Yeah.
I hate to say
no
it, but Alex,
personal beef with that dude.
Hey.
You came in, you
I
tried.
like him on the field.
Madison was
Deuces.
basically like a Rent-A-Center version of Dalvin Cook.
You don't
100%.
say that.
He said Rent-A-Center version of Calvin.
We're gonna draft a running back, and we're gonna and McCormick
I'm
is gonna
going
be number
to
2.
send. Okay, you two. I'm gonna send you guys a package, and when you open it, it's gonna be confetti shaped like dicks, and you're gonna have to pick it up everywhere.
That's real original.
Yeah.
I love it. I'll give it to my wife. I'll give it to my wife as a gift.
And actually, I'm not even gonna send it to your house, Alan. I'm gonna send it to your job because I don't want Jen to kill me.
Whatever.
All right. Yeah.
Remember that next time you need some car help.
Hey, you leave Black Beauty out of this. Black Beauty doesn't deserve this.
All right, guys. Yo. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. Yo, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, lots of talk on the quarterback situation for the Raiders. We saw the combine. You guys have processed the information. I want to know what your guys' solution at this current moment right now, without a quarterback for the Raiders, not in oh, this and this happens right now. What do you guys see as the best option at quarterback for this team? And I'm going to start with Matty V.
Best option at quarterback for this team? I mean, honestly, it's got to be through the draft. But I mean, I don't know. That's a tough one, bro. Like, because I don't think a quarterback in the draft is going to come in and take us to the playoffs right off the bat, you know? So
Absolutely.
I think we got to get some kind of veteran help in there. I don't know who it's going to be. It's going to be whoever can work well with Pete Carroll, somebody he can work with. They can help the next guy that comes in the draft, even if that's the second round pick or a third round draft, wherever we pick up that quarterback, it's going to end up being some kind of, what do you call it? Gosh dang it. God, why am I fucking blanking on that fucking word? He's going to be a project, so.
I got you.
That's how I feel. If we're going to go with quarterback this year. If not, I mean, we just fucking hold out till next year, and just get a bridge quarterback this year.
Sure. Give me a name.
A name? You want me to give you a free agent?
Give me a name.
Okay. I'll give you one. Somebody that's going to come in and help out right now. There's not very many out there unless. I'm not saying Sam Darnold. I don't want Sam Darnold. No Sam Darnold.
I need a name. I need a guy that you're like fighting with. Don't give me the guys who punch the nose. You sounded like my wife when I asked her to go like, what restaurant do you want to go eat?
Give me Jacoby Brissette.
Give me Jacoby Brissette. No.
You tell me who you want. Who you gonna pick?
No. Hey, everybody's gonna get their chance. We're gonna debate it after. We got Matty B with Jacoby Brissette. I got you. Yo.
It's a 1-year ride, man. If you're waiting until next year, that's the guy you're going with. Unless you want to spend big money on Sam Darnold.
I got you. Hey, like we said, we'll debate it after. Let's get all in. What you got for me?
I disagree with everything Matt just said. Pete Carroll has already stated this is not a rebuild. We are in a win now mode, which makes me believe they're going.
I said it's a bridge quarterback for a year.
They got to win now, Matt. Jacoby Brissett ain't gonna win you shit. Him and fucking Madison will win you a fucking goddamn participation trophy. Fucking no,
gold star on the board.
I still want Sanders or Dart. But I personally think there's a legit shot that Aaron Rodgers is the guy. But I think a realistic and a good free agent option will be Justin Fields to run that offense. I think Jackson Dart's going to shoot up though. So if you want Dart, he's going to have to be picked at 6.
But I'm asking you guys what the best option is. Like, if you draft one, who you drafting? Give me a name. Who's your best option?
I'm going to stick with Sanders. I've been saying Sanders for a year. Give me Shadour, baby. Give me that moxie. Give me that.
I'm not on that same boat. But
go ahead, sis.
Yeah,
go
but
ahead, sis.
You also want us to draft Dylan Gabriel with the 6th pick and fucking.
I didn't say with the 6th pick. I said it'd be nice to draft him. There's other players out there now. I've come to realize, Alan. But
sis, get it here. She's coming in here with all the fire. Give it to us.
I hope you know I'm taking this out of all these machines, Alan. I'm just like, but like.
Cool story, bro.
At first.
Some shit my son said. Cool story, bro.
Hey, you still miss me?
Yes, I do. Goodness gracious, that's what family's for. I don't know. At first, I was a fan of Sanders, but like now I'm not because I'm seeing other options out there, and they're not as cocky as him or his dad. You know.
Okay, so give me a name.
Nobody knows.
I don't have a name.
All
So
right.
now that's gonna be stuck in my head, Maddie B. So thank you very much. But
And
I
so
don't have a name.
if we draft a guy, I want Sanders. If we sign a guy, I think Fields is the best option.
Okay.
Is he though?
That's
Is
what.
he though?
Well, we'll see. That's perception. That's perception. Yo, James, let us know, brother. What's your thoughts?
Give me the jet flying, limousine riding, rolling on the wrist wearing, son of a gun, Shadour Sanders. That's who I want. That right there. I want that. That's the energy I want. The
win now, but I thought we were
that's
in win now.
look.
I think you
Nobody
could go to the playoffs with Sanders.
there is not a single quarterback available that has the kind of aura Shadour has. There's not a single quarterback available that has the swagger Shadour has, and there's not a single quarterback available that has the support and the off-season tools and resources that Shadour Sanders has to be better and continuously get better. Okay, I know a lot of the teams are talking about, his arrogance and all of these things. If you deep dive into the into further research, I've gone on and I've researched on X and stuff, and there was a story that I came across where he was being driven by an Uber driver during his time
I
at the
told that story
combine,
last week.
and they said his character was very high, he was very respectable, he was all these things. But what I think people are forgetting, what we're gonna get is not gonna be Sanders himself, but we are getting the on-field personality. It wasn't a joke when I said we are going to get primetime junior. This is primetime at the quarterback position. That is exactly what the Raiders need. The Raiders need a quarterback that believes in himself, that thinks he can lead the team, that thinks he can change everything. That is what the Raiders need, because if we do not have a quarterback that can believe in himself, how can we expect his receiver core or anybody else to believe in him?
That's a good way to look at it.
Wow.
Yeah, Chris Carter's the one who shared that story that we were talking about
there you
last
go.
week, and I've said it all year too. We need a quarterback with moxie, with some swagger, that believes everything you said. That's
when you look back at the Raiders' greatest quarterbacks, right? They've all had some kind of aura that made other teams not want them or dislike them at some point in their career. Stabler was disliked. Plunkett was disliked. Mark Wilson was disliked. Blanda was disliked. Daryl LaMonica, the Miracle Man, was disliked. You know what I'm saying? This is something that's been going on since the team was established. So I just think that it's perfect. It's a match made in heaven, in my opinion.
And I think Pete Carroll's the perfect head coach for him.
Mm-hmm. What other quarterback to set him up for success than the one with one Super Bowl win and 2 national championship wins with 30 years of experience, and he has his mentor right down the hallway in Tom Brady.
Who he's been working with since high school.
Every offseason.
Man, you guys should be some used car salesmen because you got me sold right now. I mean, like, holy Toledo. I just got right hooked, left hooked, every hooked. Bam! All right. You guys got me
now
sold.
let me add something to that too. Okay. Prime, Dion already told everyone this was how it's going to go. He already told everyone, my son is not going to play for certain teams. He straight up told everyone that. And I really think when it comes to Shadour, it's either New York or it's us. That's it. I don't think there is another in between. It's either New York or it's us.
I actually don't even believe it's New York.
So what happens if New York takes Shadour? Who do you have?
Well, if Jackson Dart's available, then I want Jackson Dart.
So that's
okay.
But okay. All right, yeah, I can see that. Still a project, right?
And I think Jackson Dart's a day one starter, and I think that
Dart
kid's
comes
gonna
in and starts right away though.
Oh, I think he absolutely does.
I think Dart would obviously. I think Dart would take a little bit more time to get into his own, but Dart does give me a lot of. He gives me a lot of flashes that are kind of similar to what I see from what I saw from Justin Herbert in his rookie season.
So I'll tell you something, bro. He impressed to me at the combine. When you're talking about a guy that the combine, and we talked about it right all in. We said, watch this guy. His stock's gonna rise at the combine.
I told you that week too. I told you there was a shot he may go before Shadour in the draft.
And I said that would be a shocker. But you know what? Coming out of the combine, what happens? Shadour, I guess, rubbed some people the wrong way with his interviews. And Jackson Dart is skyrocketing up the board. And I'll be like, hey, let's be real, though. The guy was throwing some freaking lasers out.
Okay, but let me add in there.
Okay, go ahead.
Is Jackson Dart sliding up and Shadour Sanders falling down? Is it really a problem for us? I don't think so.
I think we're fine if we get either guy.
Yeah, I think
I really do.
I think you just hit the nail on the head there. You just have to have. But I like the two-headed monster approach. All right, of bringing in a guy that's a vet. That, hey, you know what? You bring in somebody that just can handle the load. And I know Matty B. We talked. Matty B said Jacoby Brissette. You guys.
That's all I can through a name out there. I don't really fucking want Jacoby Brissette.
I mean, but again,
you own it now.
Oh, I own it. I just fucking threw a name out there.
Are you asking?
I'm going to ask you this.
Are you asking for a vet?
What's that?
For a vet? No, so hold on. Let me ask you this. If Shadour Sanders is drafted or we draft a quarterback at 6, do we sign a vet or do we let him ride?
Well, I mean, you're gonna if you're going after a vet, you're gonna have to sign him this week, right? Because you don't know how the draft's gonna play out unless you make a deal and you trade up for that number 1 or number 2 pick. Then we know it's quarterback or fucking bust.
Right.
I think we're going to know what they're doing at the quarterback position. If you go sign a guy like Justin Fields and get that dude a 3-year deal, I don't know that you're drafting a guy at 6 to play that position. I really don't.
So you're looking at it, it's either one way or the other.
Yeah, I think you could draft a guy later in the draft like Will Howard, who played for Chip and could actually come in and steal the starting spot. I'm with you. I'm not saying I want him. I personally, outside of the top 3 quarterbacks, I'd rather sign a free agency. If you missed out on all those guys, I'd rather get a QB through free agency this year. I don't think any of them are worth taking outside of Ward, Sanders, and Dart, in my opinion.
Do you think Sanders is going to be there till the 6th pick?
Yeah, I think because I think they're going to control where they want to go. They don't want to be in Tennessee. They don't want to be in Cleveland. I think they're going to control it, yes.
I don't think Cleveland takes a fucking quarterback, honestly. I think Cleveland trades back.
Ooh.
I'm ready.
Okay, James, go ahead. I mean, like, he's stewing. I mean, like, he got his fingers popping. I'd be like, go ahead, bro.
So I think for a veteran, right? Obviously, I think no matter which way we go, we sign a veteran. What I think we do is I think we sign Mr. Unlimited Danger Russ to a 1-year deal, a 1-year prove-it deal. 1 year.
Okay.
What? Maybe 2 max. 2 is where I'm maxing out. No more than 2. And then I think based off the draft, if all 3 guys aren't there, right? If all 3 are not there in the 5th, I think 6th pick, we go best player available, whether that's offense or defense, as long as it's not Ashton Genty, because that's a stupid pick in my opinion. At that point, I have to add that in there. And then I think we try and see about maybe taking Jalen Milroe in the 3rd round.
Yeah, I don't want that.
All right. So, hey, hit me with your formula then. If all 3 are gone, by the time we draft, what's your formula, Alan?
Man, I think they signed Fields, to be honest with you. I think he's the best free agent option to run that offense. I don't think Russ is leaving Pittsburgh unless Aaron Rodgers goes there, but I don't see Aaron Rodgers going there either. I think Fields is probably the guy they make a hard push for because he's the best fit to run that offense. And Fields wanted to come to Vegas last year, but we hired Getsy. He ixnayed a deal to Vegas because Getsy was there.
No,
that should have told
absolutely.
us everything we needed to know about Luke Getsy.
Batty B.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if all three of those guys are gone, I wouldn't even be opposed if all three of those guys are gone to trading back and getting some more capital. You know, get like you said, we could get if we're gonna go the route of getting a quarterback late in the draft, trade back, get some capital, let's get some depth, get some better a couple more picks, and then address the quarterback situation. Like you said, in the third round, late third, late second, early third, something like that. We got a couple thirds. We could probably trade back up into the second. So I wouldn't be opposed to trading back and just stockpiling some draft picks because, next year, if we're really shooting for a quarterback next year, then we could use all the draft capital we could get to help us out next year. So,
Gotcha.
If we don't draft a quarterback, I want Will Johnson.
Oh, corner, Michigan.
Oh.
I'm going to be honest. As long as the AOC doesn't start, I don't give a fuck.
Jesus. Okay. Gardner Minshew's starting then. He's good with it. Yo, says,
is AOC starting next year?
No. We're not saying anything like that. So, sis, if all the top 3 quarterbacks in the draft are taken, what free agent quarterback would you sign to be for the Raiders? Russell Wilson,
no.
Justin Fields,
Aaron Rodgers, Zach Wilson,
Aaron Rodgers,
Jacoby
Sam
Brissette.
Darnold,
Jacoby Brissette.
Definitely not Aaron Rodgers. If anything, I would have to lean towards Fields.
Okay. We got 2 for Fields. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, if the top 3 quarterbacks are off the draft board, I love what Matty B said. Trade out of 6, trade back, load up with draft picks, and you better it's just like you guys said, you better sign yourself that free agent. And I don't care whether it's Russ, but I would prefer to go younger. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, there's a dark horse in the name or in the house, and nobody's really talking about it. And I hate to say it.
Lord, don't say it.
It's gonna be Geno Smith. It's gonna be a Justin Fields.
Geno Smith's not a free agent.
Oh, he's not. Thank you, Jesus. Oh, I thought he's gonna be a Geno, but that type.
Right? Oh, type. Okay.
So I said type. So we're looking at an athletic type. Fields is the guy that's out there right now, but don't be shocked.
Don't say it.
If we make a move for
what kind of move?
We could make a trade. We can move draft picks, especially if we move back from the 6th round pick or from our first pick in the 6th round or first pick, the 6th pick, and we get. And I'm going to tell you right now, I better make off like a bandit. If I trade back at 6 and I'm the Raiders, even though I know I'm going to get paid or like I'm going to get a boatload of players, if I'm moving back out of the top 15, bro.
Don't. I'd be pissed if we did that.
Yeah,
like a spot or 2, cool. Out of the top 15, we bumped our fucking heads.
I wouldn't even stay out of the top 10.
So you guys wouldn't trade back out of the top 10? Who wouldn't? Hey, James, would you trade back out of the top 10?
Honestly, I think that would have to depend on how productive we were in the free agency prior.
Okay, I get it. But if the opportunity came right now, if you hold the sixth pick and I wanted to move up and I'm at 15, I got to move up 9 spots. All the quarterbacks have gone off the board. You're in the draft room. I call you. What would it have to take for me to get that sixth pick?
I
Fucking
need your.
two first.
I need a. I would need a first this year, and a second this year, and your first next year.
Yeah, facts.
All in?
Oh, I'm right there. I'm not. Look, if you want me to come out of the top 10, I'm gonna fleece you like we did the Cowboys for Amari Cooper.
So you're saying we're
I think-
exchanging ones? I'm giving you a 2, and you want next year's number 1.
Yeah, because I think there's some dogs that you could take in the top 10 this year that can make our team, that can step on the field day one and be better. We're better because of it. Will Johnson, McMillan out of Arizona. I mean, there's some players.
Don't say Genty.
I wouldn't even be mad at if we drafted Genty.
Humphrey.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Playmakers everywhere. James doesn't like it, but I got to go with all in. I see a lot of playmakers, a lot of guys with big time ability. Yo, Matty B, if you were right now, what is it going to take for B to get you off to 15? Are you in the same boat?
I'm kind of in the same boat, man. I mean, like you don't just drop back and take a second for dropping out of the top 10 like that, man. You don't do it. Or the top 15 if you're going top 15. No, like Colin said, there's too many good players out there that could step on the field right away and start. And if you're trading out of the top 15, you're probably not going to get one of those players. So,
I got you, sis. Oh, no. I got you, brother. You're right on the head. Sis, are you in the same boat too? Are we all here?
I am in the same boat. I mean, because it would take a lot. I mean, we need, like y'all said and like Pete said, like we need a win. There's no more time for rebuilding.
Or you give me a player. Give me a player on top of it. You know, give me a first and a second and a player, or something like that.
James, would you guys take a player? First, second, and a player.
Who's the player?
What type of player does it have to be?
Give me a DK Metcalf. Say it's the Seahawks.
No.
And your first round.
So you're talking about swapping first, a second, and DK Metcalf?
Yeah.
A player like.
I'd be.
I don't like it.
I was thinking about it. James doesn't like it. Val?
No. I mean that sounds like a good idea. I mean,
okay.
A player
receiver,
like
all you got to do, you obviously you got two good receivers on the outside now. So I mean,
I don't like it because DK Metcalf is aging, and I think I can get Tyler Lockett for much cheaper.
Who's a lot older?
32.
But he's a free agent. You could sign Tyler Lockett. I'm talking if you're trading. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's true. He's a free agent.
So if he's a free agent, then you sign him. But if you're trading out,
are you making that deal for swapping first, a second, and T. Higgins?
I could do T. Higgins too. I would do that too.
James, would you do it?
I would almost rather that one than DK Metcalf, honestly.
I would do it for T. Higgins, but I'm not doing it for DK.
Val?
He's a Bengals wide receiver.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
But I guess if you taking a player similar to with the first, I mean, if you look in the long run of there's future great players, I mean, you can get them too if you have that upper hand in the future, to keep adding to your team. I don't know if that makes sense what I just said, but
get what you're saying, but I speak Val. So, yo,
Yeah, tell
fellas,
them what I'm meaning.
I'm telling you like this. The reason I'm interested and you really have to sell me on the second number one pick is because if Seattle has a bad season next year and they're trading or whoever we're trading with has a bad season, the potential to draft Manning next year. Let's be real. The freaking quarterback lottery is not this year. It is next year. I get you got your Rolex wearing, freaking, big smile guy, limousine riding, shotgun drinking, whatever. But with, hey, Mr. Class, Mr. says, yo, this is the family business, walks into that room, you best know every team next year has their eyes on a guy that his last name starts with an M and it starts with an ing. And they do a lot of winning. Let's be real, baby. Coming out of Texas, this Manning kid is going to be something special. So,
I gotta see more out of him, man. We've had a small couple game sample. I need to see more out of him before I'm ready to give that
Look,
dude
man.
all the praise.
Look, man, I'm gonna just put it this way: when you see him, yes, he's probably gonna make a team good. But when I look at him, he's just not a Raider. Sanders is a Raider. When you look at Sanders, you go, he's a effing Raider. He says what he wants. He does what he wants. He don't give a two shits about what anyone else has to say, and I love every bit of it because that's exactly what Raiders fans are.
Matty B?
I was gonna say, I not nothing to do with the Raiders, but like, if Manning is there next year, does his family pull a fucking another Manning? Hey, we control where you're going.
Yeah.
So
Hell yeah. Hell, bro. You're talking about these dudes, bro. These dudes are like the Mount Rushmore of quarterbacks. Like you can.
Hey,
Do you honestly think
pump,
they're gonna let him go to the
pump,
Raiders with
pump the brakes. Peyton, yes. Hey,
What's that?
Peyton, yes. Eli, he's look at the bottom, looking up at Mount Rushmore. Fuck it, he ain't up there. No. Let's pump the brakes
Okay,
on that.
okay, you're right. You're right. You're right. But I'm gonna say it like this: they are at a pretty high level. They ain't the
Yeah,
guys in there cleaning the bathroom.
no.
Well,
I
everybody
agree,
knows they're a household name. They're a
and
household name. Everybody knows them.
I agree with Matt. I think they do the same thing Arch did for Eli. I don't think they want anything to do with the Raiders.
Yeah.
Yep. And you guys might be right. And you know what? I love what
And I'm not
James
sold
says.
the kid is legit.
You know what? I'm gonna say it like this: are we sold that any quarterback is going to be a legitimate prospect this year or next year? Are we sold on anybody? Saying that
Yes.
I know that James is banging the table for Shadour, but are we sold that this guy is going to be the guy next year? And first of all, I want our listeners, I want you guys to comment on this right now. We want to know if you think Shadour is the guy. I want you to comment. I want you to let us know. Yo, James, is Shadour the guy that's going to make the Raiders contenders next year?
100%. Shadour is the most competent QB in the draft, and he's also the most accurate QB in the draft.
Yeah, I think out of this draft class for sure. I'm
Matty
not as
B.
high on him
Go
as I was
ahead.
Jaden. I'm not as high on him as I was Jaden last year, but yeah, I think he could absolutely get us to the playoffs.
Matty B.
With him, man, I'm not saying I don't like him. I don't think he gets us to the fucking playoffs, man. Like I don't see it right off the bat. Not the first year. I just don't see it. I do see potential in him. I see up, but I just don't see it first year, man. I just don't see it. Look at Jaden Daniels. That's a fucking rare fucking That's very fucking rare. So I mean,
So you don't think Shadour could do what C.J. Stroud did 2 years ago?
He might. I don't know. I'm not saying that. Any prospect can. I'll just say this: any prospect could be that.
Yeah, but that's what he's asking. Can Shadour do that?
I don't think he can. I don't think
Why?
he can. I think he has good games, and I think he does good. But I don't think he fucking takes us to the playoffs in this first year. I don't think it happens.
Sis,
I'm
what do you
so
think?
glad Maddie B said something because I didn't want to be the only one who's like,
Okay, here's what I think everyone
But
should do. When we get off this call,
okay.
everyone should go watch some Shadour Sanders highlights, and you'll see exactly what me and All In are talking about.
I watch him every weekend.
Yeah, we watch him. We live in Colorado. Hey, so I'm gonna tell you guys like this.
Wait, was that directed towards me? Because I
No,
kind of
that was
feel like
directed
he
towards all of
was.
us.
No, it's in general.
Because
And I'll
we
tell you
It's in
know
general.
I have to watch videos to catch
I'll
up.
tell you one thing I know for
No,
sure.
it's in general.
I think Shadour is the toughest quarterback in this fucking class, and to continue to do what he did at Colorado behind those offensive lines, although this season it was better than his first season, was pretty damn impressive because he got his ass whooped.
Yeah.
You're right. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm like, I have grown to believe in all in. Okay. This man has something about what he watches, and he says this guy's gonna be. He banged the table last year, saying Jaden Daniels was the dude, and we needed to sell the farm to get him. It didn't matter what we needed to do. And I said, I didn't trust you, bro. I didn't see the same thing. I said, no. He's not that type of dude. As much as I would like to say that Shadour Sanders is going to be a guy that's going to take us to the promised land next year, if he is drafted, I believe he will make the team better. I don't believe that he makes us an immediate playoff contender, but I do believe that he makes the team better. Is he a better quarterback than AOC? Absolutely. Is he a better quarterback than Gardner Minshew? Lots to prove still. Because I'd be like Gardner Minshew, yeah, but Gardner Minshew has been a Pro Bowler. So I can't say, hey, you have to come in and be a Pro Bowler at least. Can I see the talent in the kid? Yes. But to say that he's going to take us to be a playoff team, to be one of the top teams in our division, man, that is tough, fellas. That is tough. Because we got Justin Herbert. We got Pat Mahomes. I mean, who's the other team in our division?
Bo Nix.
Bo Nix.
It's for sure a tough road, and it's a harder path than the Texans had 2 years ago, right? Going from 4 and whatever to 10-7 and making the playoffs. But as we've stated before, he improves the position. He gives us the future. But this team's not a quarterback away from making the playoffs.
Absolutely.
So I'm not putting a playoff or bust on Shador's shoulders, right? It's a lot's got to go into that. Resigning half of our fucking team for starters.
I'm ready.
James, go ahead. Chest tapping everything.
So now here's something I think everyone's forgetting, right? When we're thinking about Shadour taking us to the playoffs, here's something we need to consider. The Raiders finished in 4th place last year, right? We are going to have the most favorable schedule we've had in a very, very long time. And I have a list of our future opponents and some very favorable games. And if you would ask me, I mean, I would say I would look at this list and say, as long as they get a quarterback that's even slightly competent of running Chip Kelly's offense, we should at least exceed 9 to 10 wins. So some of the favorable opponents that I can give you to back up my claims are going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Cleveland Browns, the New York Giants, Chicago Bears, still up in the air. Let's see. I'd say the Colts are pretty favorable. I'd say the Patriots are pretty favorable. Broncos, Chargers, Chiefs, those are teams we play every year. We could split with them. And I also see we play the Cowboys. I could see us slightly nudging them out too. I feel like they're kind of on a little bit of a downslope as well. So I would argue that with Sanders in there, a lot of those games are winnable. We might actually surprise people by beating some teams that we shouldn't beat.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask this question on the way out. All right. Last question of the night, guys, and then I'll let everybody go. We'll wrap it up. If we draft Shadour Sanders, I want your record for the Raiders next year. I know that it's going to take more than that. I know, but we know that Shadour Sanders is a key piece. We know that the quarterback position is a key piece, right? So if we draft this guy, what do you think his record's going to be next year as the starting quarterback of the Raiders? I'm going to start with James because you've been pounding the table for him. What's the record for the Raiders if Shadour starts next year?
10-7, possible 11-6.
All in?
Yeah, I was going to say 10-7 as well. I really can see 10-7.
Matty B.
I'm leaning more like 8-9, 9-8. Like that's where I'm kind of sitting.
Sis?
8-9.
8-9. Okay. Hey, you know what, guys? I'm in that like mid-range too. I'm saying, hey, we're gonna go 8-9, 9-8, something like that. I think if we go 10-7, I think he had a really good season.
I think if you go 10-7, man, fucking dude, I obviously can't draft.
And the other thing you guys got to remember too is Shadour does not turn the ball over.
That is something that I like.
He does not turn it over.
100% right on that.
How many times did we say, even our sis Val was over there saying, how many times we gave the ball away? How many times we turned over? How many times that we gave it in a key position? And you know what? James hit me with that, and you just hit me with that his ability to not turn the ball over is something that's going to be crucial for the Raiders. So, guys, we're getting to the end of the show. What I want you guys to do is hit like, share, subscribe. Make sure that you guys know about your people. We right here are always giving you guys what's going on with the Raiders, giving you guys the hardcore truth. We got TBH represented all over in the house. We got our girl, Lady Val, representing Dallas, Fort Worth, Raider Nation for life down there in the big D. And then we got all our family out there. Make sure that you guys follow them on their Instagram. I got my boy James, Military Chapter, on Instagram. TBH, Matty B, you got him on Instagram, TikTok. I don't even know, whatever. You got our girl, Lady Val. She is on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I mean, every social media site. You got Raider all in. You can contact him. You got him down there representing TBH Dallas. So, family, make sure you engage with our folks. And, hey,
you should be an auctioneer.
Yo, it's all about one nation. It's all about one team. It's all about the Raiders.